Well, world number one Nelly Korda about to begin her final round as we welcome you back to our feature group coverage presented by American Express. Korda, 3 shots back, struggled so much of Saturday's third round.
And it's world number one Nelly Korda, who hopes to be the latest. This was just moments ago, set up perfectly right in front of the par 5 first green from just 80 feet away. Setting herself up for an opening birdie. She went out in 40 in the first 9 yesterday, but came on the left. Let's go back to the first. So a much different start for Korda than it was yesterday when she went out in plus 440. It's an opening birdie for Korda, who has 2 major championships, but not this one, the U.S. Women's Open. So we mentioned the
back over to the second. Nelly Korda on the tee.
Hit this hole quite conservatively all week, Tom.
Didn't work yesterday. She made bogey. And she's now hit 16 consecutive fairways. Number one, Nelly Korda.
Not too much room to work with being away from that left rough, but this is actually a nice angle from the left-hand side to that back right hole. Just a little sand wedge. Aggressive.
Careful, careful. You cannot go past this flag.
Wow, Tom. Laid back off the tee to have a full number in, and then so aggressive there.
good start. So lots of possibilities today on the board, including this one with Nelly at the second.
To chip it, she likes to chip it around the greens, even if it's just off the putting surface. Great touch there from Nelly, and that's going to guarantee a 4 at the second after a mistake with that second shot.
And Nelly Korda on the tee of this 440-yard par 4.
She has driven it beautifully this week, as Tom has mentioned. The only way you can attack this golf course is from being in the fairway. Job number 1 done here on 3. That is way out there.
Wide fairways here, back to the third and pick up Korda's second.
I mean, only a 9-iron into this hole makes a huge difference. Able to stop the ball quickly with her height to this elevated green. Almost too quickly there. Press that hill.
Back to 2. And Korda just perched on that ridge here at 3. Just didn't quite hit it.
Right on line. She got a little unlucky with that tee shot or the second shot that.
Sure. You see them all over the golf course. They're right there in front of Korda as she steps up for her second.
Earlier in the week I said this was more decorative, but today it will come into play because of that whole location right up front. That's a gap wedge for Nelly on the way. Baby draw.
Oh man, just right on the flag. Up ahead to 4 for Nelly Korda.
I think she's going to have to be a bit delicate with this putt. It's going to have right to left swing and be on the fast side.
That's a good confidence builder right here. If this were to go in and threaten the lead.
Never on line.
Settle yourself down. Say, I still got a lot of golf left.
This is the 5th.
And Nelly's second on the way.
And that's a 6-iron, looking very good.
Yeah, just couldn't get it to stop. And Nelly will have a putt for a birdie. Couple back of the lead. And hanging in there. See if she can get that putter to work. She's preached patience this week, and I think she has been very patient.
Up to 5.
And Nelly Korda for the birdie. 3-putted this green yesterday. Let's see if she can make a long-range birdie today. Nelly just hanging around. She'll have that fairway down to the green at number 5, where Nelly has this important little putt here, K, for a par.
This is almost the direct opposite putt that Saigo faced. This will be slicing from left to right.
It's never comfortable for a right-hander, is it?
No, but you have to love these putts because you're going to get them, especially in the U.S. Open.
Wow, there's so much movement on that putt. That was really well done.
Those are the hardest and the worst, right, Morgan? Those left to right sliders.
For her confidence, that was a huge putt right there. Said earlier, it's going to come down to if she makes the clutch putts. We know she's one of the best ball strikers in the world.
Trying to save a bogey.
Nelly Korda going through that familiar rehearsal, the left arm on that right elbow. And we're going to use our tracer technology we brought to you in partnership with Rolex.
This is par 3 playing the shortest it has all week, but will that guarantee it playing easier? 8-iron in Nelly's hand, looking to land this 154 yards.
Yep, that's how you do it, Kay. Land it short, and we've seen some shots get pretty close, go beyond it, and it's see you later.
It is still just a really hard green to hold. A little easier today.
Now Korda from the left side.
Yeah, this would be one she's looking to chip in right here.
She's so good at these shots. It's got to sit down a bit. Up to 4. Didn't play games, right, to make sure you don't unravel. It easily can be done. This is Korda for par.
Much longer putt than she wanted, and that's a little bit of a sloppy bogey there, Morgan.
It looked like a good roll, just played too much break there, but missing that.
A big number is lurking out here.
Nelly had 4 bogeys in the first 9 yesterday, picks up her first one here, so takes a step back to 4 under, now 3 back of Stark. Beautiful land, who for the most part has been very sharp with his driver all week.
Yeah, she kind of made a mess of this hole yesterday. Important right now after that bogey to settle down and give herself a good birdie opportunity here. Definitely could take advantage of this par 5.
That one bounds well down the fairway, coming off her first bogey at the 6th for the rookie. Big drive for Korda here, her second. Side goes just short of the green.
She hits these clubs, these long fairway metals so well, gets so much height on them.
Oh yeah.
We've seen it this week on 18 as well, and then here, what a beauty.
Easily reaching this par 5 in 2. Is Korda. That drone just hovering above Lopez Ramirez. Over at the 7th, long eagle on its journey for Nelly Korda. Saw these greens really kind of get more fiery yesterday with the sunlight. Got Nelly Korda here for birdie.
Just for a beautiful 2-putt birdie.
Again, that length putt, so important for her confidence. Different story than what we saw yesterday with it, and in good balance, but you miss by a fraction here. You get penalized.
Now Nelly.
40 yards ahead, able to come in with a little sand wedge.
306 yards there for Nelly. Hit on you, hit one 331 yards down here today, and Nelly there keeping it right of the flag, which is the safe side. It's the first time that the flag has been cut over on the left side of the green this week. Let's go to
back to 8.
And Korda for the birdie. Is the putter going to heat up at just the right time for Nelly Korda? In search of her first U.S. Women's Open title. Back-to-back birdies at 7 and 8.
Yeah, we talked about it this week, Tom. Her patience. She felt like she putted well the first day. Just nothing went in. Nothing seemed to go in for her yesterday until the very end either. But rolling it well today.
And we'll go back to the 7th.
For the #1 ranked amateur in the world. And there's Nelly Korda at the 9th, and we'll remind you that our tracer technology is being brought to you in partnership with Rolex. And Grant did tap in for the birdie for her 3rd of the week here at the 9th. Korda would love to have one here.
Wedge is on its way, trying to land us 130. It's only playing like 122. Oh, took it deeper.
Takes it on that other side of the hole there, Kay.
That was an aggressive play that sure paid off. That was such a brave tee shot. I know it was just a wedge, but we've talked about how scary this green is, and for her to step up there and challenge the hole location, get it to this point, Morgan, where this is a viable birdie putt. This is very makeable.
She has been rolling the ball beautifully today. She looks like she's confident standing over the putts, Kay, where maybe that's not always the case, and that's a good place for her to be here heading into the back nine. Able to go back-to-back there, 3 in a row.
Exactly has not been dialed in from 7 to 10 feet this week. Korda making the turn here, now staring down the 421-yard par 4 10th. Blind shot up the hill.
Blind shot, but exceptionally wide fairway here. This should kick a little bit left. Down into the valley. That's where almost all tee shots come to rest here. Just avoided the divots.
Well, you do anything you can, I guess, to stay relaxed, Morgan. And this was Nelly Korda signing autographs on her way over to the 10th tee.
As she's always said, that's her favorite part, is the youngsters who come out to watch and inspiring the next generation.
Oh, the little girl still running alongside Nelly, trying to keep pace outside the ropes. That is
Dance.
It's like it's Velcroed to the double diamond sand. Korda next.
8-iron in hand. Ball a little bit below her feet. She was very fortunate to miss a bunch of sand-filled divots. She's hit every fairway today. 7 greens on the front 9. Again, 8-iron, 151 yards.
That's an open recipe for victory.
She hit every fairway yesterday as well. Just makes this golf course gettable, if you want to call it gettable, but you can only do that from the fairway.
That was the talk coming in. All the players, you keep it in the fairway, you've got a good chance here to score. You don't, anything can happen. And Korda's been really sharp off the tee. And came here last year, we talked about it. She had 6 victories before she arrived at Lancaster and shot that 80, made a 10 on a par 3 12th, came back with a 70 but missed the cut. Still hasn't won thus far this season. As you look in the lower right, Maya Stark at the 8th. Coming back up the ridge. And a pretty good approach putt there by Stark at 8. So now we're with Korda for birdie at 10.
This is a really easy putt, even though it's a little lengthy, just inside 30 feet. Not a lot to it. Pretty level.
Good looking putt. The speed seems pretty dialed in, at least right now, Morgan.
Yeah, that's what we saw. Catch her off a little bit yesterday, especially on the front 9. But even the putts that she's missed look like they've had a good opportunity to go in. Some of the players were shocked at the speed of the greens yesterday. The USGA sped them up almost about a full foot from where they were on Friday. Should be similar today to what these players.
And Nelly Korda on the tee. He's been driving it so well, as you can see. 8 out of 8 fairways. And seems to like that one. Looking mildly anxious, but shouldn't be.
She's driving it well, Tom. It's just so beautiful to watch. It just has such rhythm and flowing tempo. I don't think it's changed very much since then.
You'll like the original style.
Nelly here, second at 11. Some spin. Okay, she's going to a chance for birdie.
And stretch for the greatest title in women's golf.
Nelly Korda for the birdie here. This to tie the lead. Gonna swing in there. Does it have enough speed to get there? It does not.
Post 5 under to 12, and Nelly Korda. 398-yard par 4. You get it in the fairway here, and you've got a good chance.
First one missed of the day. She does have some green to work with here. It's going to be a more
Over to 12.
And also in that rough is Korda, her first missed fairway from 122. Looks like that's good contact.
just so firm.
Can't control it. But Korda's been coming back to the hole location with her third.
She's quite a bit below the putting surface here, but pitching back uphill. She works so much with David Whalen, who's her first coach on these types of shots.
He's so good at those, Morgan.
She gives him so much credit for, one, building her swing, and just incredible with the short game.
She'll hit those shots from everywhere. Close by, far away, I mean anywhere. She just trusts it. And it saves her here at the 12th. Korda remains at 6 under, one back of Stark. With 6.
Have her best stuff. Didn't let that fifth hole rattle her, and now is really dialed in.
And now Kay is over the 13th.
Yeah, this is Nelly with a 7-iron. She's pulled it with too much draw. Probably going to end up down in that valley if it stays on the green.
Mentioned Stark in her success on the second 9. Korda is the second best on the back 9 this week at 6 under. She went out in 40 yesterday and then came back. You can see the grain change from this angle behind Nelly.
Into the grain for the first 10, 12 feet. And then down grain. And overall, this breaks a pretty good deal from left to right. It's going to take a lot of touch to get this within a 3-foot circle.
Oh, she's left herself some work here, Kay.
She sure has.
It's a nervy putt. You come down the back 9 to trying to win a U.S. Women's Open.
Now Nelly Korda with one of those U.S. Open par putts.
Morgan, I spoke with Nelly's coach out here, Brett Lederer, about her little practice stroke with just the right hand on the putter. And that's the way she practices quite a bit on a chalk line, and she's just so true. Her stroke is so good and so true that way that kind of helps her get into the putt in a positive way.
Just going to move her mark there to repair a pitch mark of some kind in her way. But yeah, I think a chalk line, Kay. I used a chalk line uphill 5-footer every day before every single round of golf I ever played on tour. I think it's one of the best training aids you can use to help you dial in your start line, groove short putts, gain confidence. You know, if you're standing on a chalk line, if you're starting the ball on your line, and can help you train your eyes for your alignment as well.
This is just under 5 feet, 4 feet 9 inches to stay one back.
Goodness.
Shibuno and Takeda. And here is Nelly on the tee at 14.
Yeah, the par 5. This is an important hole for Nelly. Needs to find the fairway off the tee, which it looks like she has done. And then she needs to take advantage of her length and give herself an equal chance. I would think she has to make birdie here with Stark ahead by 3 at this point. And it is a green light special here, Kay.
It sure is. It sounds like they're talking about a soft 5-iron. And the wind is picked up right now, helping from the right. From the fairway, that flag is looking like it's barely hanging on the right side of the green.
This could come back very nicely indeed. Now it's got to maybe just Sit down a little bit, sit down a little bit. Steady, and she will have an eagle putt. You saw those stats there, 50th in strokes gained putting. That needs to change on this back nine. She's been so good tee to green. That putt there would go a long way for Nelly Korda. Would get her.
She looks like she's just out for a round of golf with her friends, with her energy.
14.
Eagle putt for Nelly Korda to get within one of the lead. And it's moved way more than she thought. She's now 2 of 16 from putts 10 to 15 feet. That was 13 feet 8 inches. It's a distance where if she's on, she's really unbeatable from what we've seen. She needs to get that putter going, coming down the stretch here, Dan.
But she creeps a little closer. And Nelly Korda off this tee, which gave the players fits yesterday when it was just 260. So it's been moved back 339. This is a 7-wood for Korda.
Just a position play here. Trying to get it in a good spot to let her wedge do the work.
This is the hole that Brooks Koepka talked about. They just want to
Completely different rounds, and you just got to rise to the occasion, as the best in the world do.
see what Korda can do from 90 yards at 15. Right over the stick and checks it up. So a good birdie look it'll be for Korda to try to keep the pressure on Stark. Birdie for Korda.
There are plenty of leaderboards around the last couple of holes, so Nelly and her caddy should know exactly where they stand. This putt, although it's not that long, is rather tricky. I was looking at 4 to 5 inches of break right to left. I think she needs to be cautiously aggressive with this.
Korda, the lone American with a chance. Only 3 American champions in the last 14 U.S. Women's Opens. Is to get within 1. And that continues to slide by.
It's amazing to me, Dan, with wedges in hand today. This hole has only given up 5 birdies. We saw it yesterday just be tumultuous.
Those little stressful par putts.
She did, and that's a function of just not getting high enough on that birdie putt to start, so it snapped and carried too much speed and just rolled out to this point. Good news is it's back uphill. She can keep this inside of the hole firm.
Got it. 4 holes, 3 holes I should say, left for Nelly. At 16.
Set up very square here. Nice balanced swing.
And you would think she's going to have to pick up at least 1 birdie coming home, with Stark lined up for an eagle. Okay, what about Korda's latest birdie look?
Well, it's certainly makeable. She would like to have been closer. Beautiful 8-iron. I was surprised it didn't land half the distance away, but as it is, uphill putt, it's a little confusing. It almost looks like it could break either way. And when I see that, I say go ahead and just hit it pretty firm and straight.
17th hole, the toughest thus far, so this would be a good one for Korda to make, but it's not going to come close.
Her putter came up very quickly.
To the tee
Shot
at the
hole for
17th.
both
It's
of
moved up 1 box.
these
which they've
players.
done already this week. Makes it a little bit easier off the tee, but still playing as a very difficult hole. Hardest hole on the golf course. Nelly leaning like it's going a little bit right.
It's a good kick there. Not a great angle from that side to the right hole location, though, today, Tom.
Yeah, they've got that big fall away to which is in a few weeks' time, the KPMG Women's PGA Championship, which Nelly Korda has won before. Here's Nelly with her second at the 17th.
A really good opportunity to hit this close with an 8-iron in her hand and the right-hand side of the fairway. She can start it left. The flag with a little fade would be ideal.
Looks like a draw.
Yeah, that's not what she was looking for. On the surface, of course, but far from the hole.
Yeah, she needs to drain a long putt there.
Hanako Shibuno nearly putted all the way down the slope from that position.
17.
Nelly Korda, the long-range birdie. We've seen a few go in from long range here, but this one is not going to drop for Korda, so she will remain at 6 under, 3 back for now to the 18th.
Where Nelly Korda had a long wait, there was a ruling up ahead of her, and she needs to make at least a birdie.
She does, and she can. Morgan, you know better than anybody, it is hard to close a tournament, even if it seems like you're in total control. If Nelly can get one more birdie here, post that score of 7 under, and see what Maya can do. This is a tough driving hole. Bunkers up the right-hand side.
Down off the left a little bit.
Jason reminding her that the wind is in her favor here, helping off the left.
It's been the hardest fairway to hit today, Kay. But it is. I mean, her name means a lot being on this leaderboard. So one more birdie could make Maya Stark feel a little more nervous, if that's possible.
Swing now. Shot.
I meant to say right edge of the grandstand.
Yeah, that was nice. As long as it doesn't curl too far down towards the rough, that should be fine. But these fairways keep firming up more and more.
That's okay. That's all right. Kay, what kind of shot is this?
Well, 211 yards to the front, 224 to the hole. She's got her 7-wood out. I think she's got to take it at the white tent left of our TV tower. Not try to take on that flag.
This has to be one of her favorite clubs, Kay. She hits this so well. Club twirl.
Oh, she loved that one. The way she striked it.
Oh, it needs to sit.
That's what's so hard about this shot, and that is one of the biggest fall-offs on the entire golf course behind 18. It will roll forever and probably into the rough. And that is going to make an up and down for birdie really tough.
Maybe a little.
But, work to do for a par. Let's go to 18.
That looks like a tough shot for Nelly Korda, Kay.
It is. She paced it all the way up to the edge, and 33 paces up to the edge, and then she's got to carry it another 5 or 6 to ensure she gets past the fault edge at the back. She might be having her caddy Jason coming up and moving a microphone.
I think he's just going to look at where she wants to hit it, Kay.
Yeah, she definitely wants to favor a little more of the left-hand side, I think, just to ensure she can get the ball on the flattest part of the green.
Lie could be worse, but it's not great back there.
Nope, didn't get enough on it. It's going to come right back.
Oh, she tried to play conservatively, not even anywhere near the hole, and now, oh goodness, we talk about the word diabolical certainly came up coming into this week, but I don't know if there's a more diabolical hole location than this one here on 18 on the left side of this green. She can't play at the hole again.
I think this ball is sitting a little bit better.
Yep, we're coming that way.
The second time, it almost like hopped and stayed up top more than her original ball was. There, that was good contact, but it's just impossible to stop it.
All right, Nelly.
So that her 4th shot, and Korda, with the troubles here at 18, looks just hasn't been able to put the pressure on here with her final hole, now line 4 at the par 5.
I won't say it for lack of effort. I mean, that wood that she struck in the fairway was supremely beautiful. It just carried too far. I guess, Morgan, she needed to play it out more to the right, or maybe even the hybrid. Maybe it was too much club, but as it is now, a good 20+ paces to the hole, very flat.
There again is that wedge. She's so confident with it.
Yeah, it's not easy. This is not too dissimilar from the spot we saw Ronnie Yin putt it into the bunker. But this looks to be good touch.
Beautiful touch by Nelly. But the best she can do is a 6 and drop down to 5 under in into a tie for third with Takeda, who's behind her.
We've seen it all week. This beautiful pitching technique on full display.
And it's going to mean a 4-shot lead again for Stark, as she's
Still going to be 3.
And Nelly just trying to get this in for 6. Got it. Nelly was trying to become the 3rd world #1 to win the U.S. Women's Open. Just because you're at the top of the rankings doesn't guarantee anything, obviously, in a championship like this. Monica Sorenstam and B. Park, the only other ones. A couple that win in the first major of the year. Saigo in that tie for 4th position.
I'm alongside Nelly Korda. Gracious to take some time with us. You came up just short today, Nelly, but you put on a good fight this week. What do you think it came down to today?
Honestly, everything. Mental, hitting the shots. I mean, the golf course has progressively gotten tougher and tougher, firmer and firmer. So you just had to make the putts at the end of the day, and a couple slipped by. And I hit it really good on 18, but I just hit it a little too far left of my target, drew it too much, but no complaints. Hopefully I can kind of build off of this, you know, putting myself in contention at a major, and obviously just slipping just short hurts a little, but I'm happy with the progress, and hopefully I can continue on like this.
This will be your best ever finish in the US Women's Open, a major championship. You have described your relationship as complicated in the past. How would you describe it now?
Still very complicated. It's just an absolute heartbreaker, but it's fine. I mean, that's golf. I mean, you lose more than you win, but you learn a lot.
Well, we enjoyed watching you. Thanks for the time. We'll get back to the golf. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.